Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at Headhunter Stormtroopers version 1 and version 2. Alright, let's dig right in. So, Headhunter Stormtroopers came out in the 90s, and they were Headman's enforcers. And Headman was a drug dealer in the 90s with the DEF, and these guys were his stormtroopers to go out and I guess collect debts and to muscle in on the local, drug economy and whatnot. And I tell you what, these are some of the best looking um, villain figures in the entire line, in my opinion. The sculpting's amazing. These guys they're sharp all over. It almost hurts to hold them. There's spikes on them everywhere. Um, and so much detail. I mean, from the boots, so much detail on these boots, like biker boots with straps and buckles everywhere, and a nice gold piping up the side with a great texture on here, sculpted in. Some grenades or some such thing on the leg there, strapped on. It's got a holster on this leg. Looks like it does maybe have a gun in it. So I guess it denotes that he's left-handed. Although these are army builders, so I don't know. Maybe it's just the luck of the draw that they got the gun on the left side. Has some crazy padding, some kind of girdle thing in the middle here. Maybe they just had a gut or something, and they figured they'd slim them up. But it comes around with a strap all the way around. It connects it to a knife on the front there. A really nice, cool dagger, and it's awesome. Almost skull-looking masks, really wicked, and again spikes all the way around. Like I said, these guys they're sharp, man. You could hurt somebody with these figures. The knuckles really sharp, and the forearms really really sharp. Also the shoulders really really sharp. Um, yeah, it's one of those like porcupine toys that you want to play with it, but you're like, ow, 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 ow. No, but amazing sculpting. Like I said, some of the best sculpting work I think in the entire line through any year. And of course, these came out in the '90s, which a lot of people aren't very big fans of the '90s. But there's some really good work that got done in the '90s on the GI Joe line. And of course, these guys don't have a lick of neon on them. Maybe the goggles, But great figure, great to army build if you can find them and if you can afford them. These guys aren't cheap nowadays, and they're not easy to find. A lot of people army build them, and those that do tend to not sell them very often. So happy hunting. Good luck finding them, because I know it wasn't easy for me to find them, and I don't believe they made very many because the '90s runs were smaller batches, I believe. So there's that as well. Um, but if you by chance run across them and find them at a good deal, even if you pay a couple extra bucks for them, I would personally say it's worth it. They're amazing figures. They're great to have. They're even better to have in pairs, or fours or sixes. But again, it can be cost prohibitive, so keep an eye out, and you know, don't spend too much on them. But they are worth it. They're great figures. Even if you just can only get one, I would suggest get one, at least one in your collection, because they are amazing. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about this Headhunter. Um, and this was the only one that came out in the 90s. But in the 2000s, I believe 2003 or 4, I believe, uh, they came out with him again as a convention figure. So this is a con exclusive Headhunter Stormtrooper, and it's kind of the same and kind of different. They actually changed the legs, um, different boots, different thighs, both sides. Instead of a sidearm, he's got some rockets. Um, Completely different boots, but they're still really cool. A sidearm on the right side on this one with a knife or some such right here, trimmed in gold. Of course, like this one, also trimmed in gold. Um, and then the rest is basically the same as the original top half, same as the original Stormtrooper. Sharp everywhere. But what's really nice about this one is they did a really cool skull and on a gear kind of tempo. I don't know if you can see that too well on my camera. It's really neat. Wish that glare wasn't there. Um, it's got a really cool skull tempo on his forehead, and like he's some kind of squad leader or something, you know. Kind of a little extra special added thing, and again they colored the rivets to match. Really nice extra detail. Always dig that. And yeah, and these guys are even a little more expensive than these guys. Um, but they are really cool. So if you do happen to by chance run across them, I would say get them. These are a lot more limited than these, and even these were limited. So um, you may have trouble finding more than one or two of each. But if you do, it's worth it because they're great army builders, fantastic looking figures, and they just complete your DEF evil army, you know? Um, yeah. So that's just about all I got to say about the Headhunter Stormtroopers. Um, Top tier, both of them. Amazing figures. If you can find them, get them. In my opinion, absolutely. Um, do you guys have them? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let us know down in the comments. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about them. So hope you enjoyed the review, and we'll see you next time. All right.